Race number 10 in the book for the NTT IndyCar Series. Chris DeHarde, Tony Donohue, Frontstretch, frontstretch.com. What we thought could be an Alex Palou walk the field type of day. A little bit of a hiccup there on his second pit stop allows Pato O'Ward to get to the lead and finally, for the first time since 2022, drive his car into victory circle. Obviously, the win earlier this year at St. Pete was given to him after the push to pass saga with Joseph Newgarden. And Chris, first and foremost for McLaren, it's been a crazy week. Obviously, some driver shuffling, so to speak.
Again?
Well, last week.
Yeah.
Obviously, the news has been going on, and the 6 car, but Pato O'Ward has been the mainstay for this team. He is their number one bullet, so to speak, and he gets it done today.
Pato O'Ward has had bad luck in Mid-Ohio in the past. A couple of years ago, his championship hopes got derailed here with a Plenum event that caused his engine to fail. This year, he put it all together. The strategy was on point and got into victory lane. Granted, there was a little bit of help from Alex Palou, but there was a lot of tension there at the very end of the race as Pato was trying to maintain his position ahead of Palou, with Kevin Simpson ahead and Agustin Canapino ahead of Simpson. Trying to work through, putting them a lap down as the laps are ticking down. Was Kippen going to slow Pato up? Maybe a little bit, but Pato was able to keep his car ahead of Alex Palou's near the end of the race. There was a lot of tension in that Aaron McLaren pit, but the good news is Pato kept it all together. And as we head to Iowa Speedway, hey, what, 4 or 5 days? Pato's won there before, but Joseph Newgarden, who didn't have the best of days today, has been very dominant there. We'll get to Joseph in a minute, but I thought Palou was going to walk the field. Yeah. I told Tony before the race, I think Palou wins by double-digit seconds. But it didn't happen. I told Palou before the race, I said, hey, can you win by 7 seconds and not 14 so we can have a little bit of excitement? And much to my chagrin and happiness and to the fans here, look, anytime Pato O'Ward wins, it's great for the series. He's the most popular driver. IndyCar will be missing the boat if they don't go to Mexico City in the next 2 years for a race. He is by far the most popular driver in the sport. Kind of a under the radar podium for Scott McLaughlin. Good for him. Yep. Colton Herta, your boy, 4th. 5th, Marcus Ericsson. Great for the Andretti drivers. But I want to go to one of my favorite runs of the day, and you and I both talked to him after the race. Christian Rasmussen, first career top 10. We thought he might get it at the Indianapolis 500. Comes here this weekend, qualifies inside of the top 10, and keeps it there. Pace has been very difficult for Ed Carpenter racing over the road street courses the last couple of years. Mid-Ohio is a very physical track. It's a very demanding track. I think they finished 25th or 26th here last year with the 20 car with Hunter Ray behind the wheel. Yep. It hasn't been good for them the last couple of years, but today they put it all together and they executed to get Christian into the top 10. The biggest thing is, if one car has a good day, the other car doesn't, but if both of them can have a good day, then we can get both of them in the top 10, or maybe they can, rather say that. Rasmussen, though, 3-time Road to Indy champion, or USF Pro Championship champion, we have to say now. Won the USF 2000, now USF Pro, then Indy next, and now being here. He knows how to win, he knows how to run races, he knows how to do well, and he put it all together today, so a great run for him. Finishing 4 places behind Rasmussen, though, I want to highlight this real quick. Toby Sowery in 13th. He matches Dale Quinn Racing's best finish of the year, hitting over there the very first pit stall. He had a quick in, quick out. First ever race in IndyCar racing, matches Dale Quinn's best finish of the year in 13th. Great job by Toby. To your point there, and I'm glad you brought that up, Toby came to our campsite last night, got to talk to him for a little bit, and I sat in his pit this morning during warm-up, and he could. It was like stall here and couldn't get out of the pit road, and he did. And what a great run for him. I also want to mention, I know Laguna, I wasn't there, but David Malukas had a great qualifying run this afternoon. Yep. A little bit of a hiccup in the pits, and didn't really have the result that he wanted, but still 11th, a great run there. Let's talk about Scott Dixon. I haven't gotten the full diagnosis. I have asked a few times, and it was talked about, okay, we were going to launch this hybrid as IndyCar at the very middle part of the season when you really start to see that championship battle. You really start to see how that's forming. And Scott Dixon doesn't even get to take the green today. Mr. Mid-Ohio is what the PA has been calling him all weekend. Finishes last. I don't even know, no words, right? I mean, and we don't know the exact issue. A lot of Honda engineers were over there checking everything out, but
for right now, until we know for sure if it was part of the hybrid or if it wasn't, because if it was, that's going to be a whole nother thing.
Well, TV mentioned it actually. TV mentioned they said that if my memory is correct, the batteries like quickly discharged on the pace lap, and that's what caused the issue. And they put him behind the barrier outside of turn 5, and I think they brought him back
inside of the track. Yeah, so it was a long, because I was standing right there from the start, like a longer, trip around the track to get him back to here.
And when the hybrid batteries like deplete very quickly like that, there's nothing you can do to bring it back. But I can tell you right now, based on what Palou and Pato did, I don't think he was going to get anywhere near the podium today because of how fast they were having to run. I want to bring up something real quick here. We're right behind Joseph Newgarden's pit. He had a bit of an issue today, and I wanted to highlight that. I was listening to his radio ahead of the final pit stop, and they brought him in. The stop was very fast. They knocked it out so quick. The next lap, Tim Cinder comes on the radio and says, "We need you to come by and do a drive-through penalty for pit road speeding." Joseph asked if they could take a look at it and see what was going on, and the team said that they caught you at 46.33 miles an hour on pit entry. Joseph went by once, and then they said you have to do a stop and go now. They had a lap to answer, to question it. So in coming in to do the stop and go, he sped again on pit road. So he had to come back and do another pass-through penalty again. And they said that, I talked to Joseph on video. We'll have the Frontstretch up with a YouTube channel with that video. He said it was a wheel speed sensor issue. It read the same speed twice. But he said he was really careful coming into the pits. But just one of those weird things for Joseph Newgarden. Yeah. But hey, he can put that behind him.
For him. But you won the Indy 500.
He won the Indy 500. We're coming up to his favorite racetrack, Iowa, right? He's led more laps in than anybody else. He's won more races than anybody else. He'll be fine.
Don't forget to subscribe here. Frontstretch open wheel. Shout out Kyle Collette, first career Indy. Next win today for HMD. Walked the field, was fastest in practice, fastest in qualifying. Finishes it off after a run in Formula E last week. Comes here to Mid-Ohio for the first time. Wins the race. They didn't let Pato wear the sombrero in Victory Circle, but maybe they'll get a couple pictures with him. For Chris, I'm Tony. We'll see you in Iowa.
Take it easy, y'all.
Steven Stump of Frontstretch.com here. Come back for more great racing videos, and if you like us, don't forget to hit that subscribe button.